Toddler 4. It's so nice to see you again. So this week, me and Moradores are going to talk to you all about the different animals that we see in the springtime. Last week, we learned about the 4 seasons. We learned that there's fall, and that there's winter when it's really cold. We learned that there's spring, which is right now, and that there's summer when it's so warm. So right now in the spring, we see pretty flowers. It's starting to get warm. We see rain sometimes. And now we see a bunch of different animals that are coming out to play, because a lot of animals in the winter, they go to sleep and they hide and they fly away. And then in the springtime, when it's warm outside, they come back and we can see them all the time and we can hear them. And one of those animals is birds. Birds we see a lot in the springtime. What do birds look like? What do birds sound like? Who can tell me? So, something we know about birds is that birds don't walk like me and you. Birds don't drive buses like we read in the book today in school. Definitely not, because they're just birds. So what do birds do? They fly with their wings. They're up in the sky. Sometimes we see them lower down on the floor or around bushes, but they fly really high in the sky. And birds have feathers. Birds are a lot of different colors. Sometimes we see blue birds. Sometimes we see birds that are red. Sometimes we see birds that are really big. And sometimes we see really small birds. Sometimes birds can even be pets for people's families. Sometimes people have birds in a cage in their house that they have as a pet, and they feed them. And boys and girls, what do we think that birds eat? Do birds eat pizza like we eat? No, they don't eat pizza. Do birds eat cake like we do? No, birds don't eat cake. They don't eat pizza. They don't eat the same food that we eat. They eat silly things like they eat worms, and they eat stuff from the ground. And that's because they're birds. They're different than us. They're animals. Who knows the sound that birdies make? Can anyone do it with me? Let's put our hands up like this. Birds make the sound tweet, 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 tweet. You know, boys and girls, sometimes when you're really, really quiet early in the morning, you can hear the birds outside chirping. They're saying, tweet, tweet, tweet. Time to wake up, everyone. Tweet, tweet, tweet. But of course, they don't talk with their mouths. They don't say words. They just make sounds. And that's how they talk to each other. Now today, we're going to do a really cute project about birds. So come and do it with me. Let's see. So today we're going to make a bird out of our hands and feet. So let's see how we do that. What you will need is 3 pieces of paper, and it can even be white, and you can color it with dip dots or crayons, whatever you want. Child-friendly scissors, tape or glue, googly eyes, and a stick, and a pencil. But what we're going to do first is trace our feet on one of the papers. And I did that already over here, as you can see, and I'm going to cut that out.
It's time to leave the nest for the big blue open sky. It's time to...
So now we have the first part of our bird. Next, what I did was drew a beak. You can do this however you want, and I'll show you how I did mine. With a marker or a pencil, you can just draw a circle with a little hole inside like this. And then we're going to cut that out.
The nest will show you how to fly. Take a tiny hop and then a little jump. Stay steady on your feet. Try a bigger leap. Take a tiny hop.
Now if I want my beak to be a different color than the bird, I'm going to just use a dip dot to change the color. Just so it's a little bit darker. Next, what I'm going to do is tape it on to the top of the bird, just like this. Or you can use glue. And next, what I'm going to do is put an eye on top. You can use this with glue or tape also. Now this is what our birdie looks like so far. Next, what we're going to do is trace our hands. I'm going to make one hand orange and one hand red.
And then a little jump. Stay steady on your feet. Try a bigger leap. Just flap your wings together and get ready to take off. Just flap your wings together and we'll meet you at the top. Just flap your wings together and get ready to take off. Just flap your wings together and we'll meet you at the top. A hop, a jump, a leap. A hop, a jump, a leap. A hop, a jump, a leap. That's it!
Okay, next what we're going to do is tape these two hands on top of each other just like this, or glue, whatever works best. And then I'm going to tape those hands on the birdie just like this. Now we have a bird. And if you want, you can even put a stick, just like I'm going to do, to make it a puppet. And make him fly around. And this is our birdie, and he can fly around like this. Good job, everyone. If you do this project, feel free to send me a picture.